just a few minutes ago, we heard that U.S. forces and British forces have been targeting the Houthis. Amir Fkhravar joins us, Senate Chairman of the National Iranian Congress. Also, Gabriel Nourahana, former State Department Special Advisor on Iran from 2019 to 2021. Gabriel, first to you. The state of affairs right now, some of us are still kind of becoming acquainted with the Houthis and their relationship with Iran. And what did you make of that warning from the Secretary of State?
Well, first of all, it is in Iran's interest to escalate around the region. That's why they've been doing it for the last 40 years. And no, they don't care about words. They care about actions. I'm glad we're finally doing something about it. But look, Iran has been sending drones, missiles, rifles, RPGs to the Houthis for years. Sometimes the U.S. Navy actually picks them up along the way to Yemen. So good to see that we're finally hitting them. But that should have happened the moment that the Houthis struck us in the first place.
Amir, we're still getting acquainted with the Houthis, but are they destined to be as big as, say, ISIS or Al-Qaeda for the American people? And anything else you care to share?
We should understand that part, that Houthis without IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, means nothing. Houthis, they do have all their supports, all their trainings, all their monies from Iran. We can call Houthi, this terrorist group, probably the Yemenis chapter of IRGC. If U.S., the Biden administration, really wants to do something, they should target the real one. They should target IRGC's facilities in Iran. Then the Houthi will be gone, the Hamas will be gone, the Hezbollah will be gone. All those terrorist groups, Hashd al-Shaabi in Iraq, all of them, they do have every support from Iranian mullah's regime. Okay, let's go and target them. Nobody is talking about boots on the ground in Iran because 98% of Iranian people, they are pro-American. They love United States. They can take care of the job on the ground. Just target all IRGC's facilities inside Iran, and then all these terrorist groups will be gone.
I heard something similar about Iraq. But you know that country well. Here's John Kirby, Admiral Kirby, White House spokesman on some of these matters.
Despite what the Houthis may say, they are threatening and targeting commercial vessels with ties to countries all over the world, many of which have no connection to Israel whatsoever. These attacks are unlawful, they're reckless, and they are escalatory. We're working closely with the UN Security Council members to pass a resolution to show international solidarity on this critical issue. The text of that resolution, which will likely be voted on later today, unequivocally demands that the Houthis cease these attacks. The United States does not seek conflict.
All right. We don't seek conflict. We may have it whether we want it or not. Care to comment on that, Gabriel? And what do you make of Amir's sense of maybe just take out major targets in Iran and go from there?
Well, there have been a lot of UN resolutions about the Houthis. There's been a lot of UN resolutions about Iran. And one thing that they have in common is that they get ignored by terrorists all the time. So they're a good starting point to give you sort of an international legal basis for action, but they cannot be the actual solution. The solution is, as Amir suggested, actual military strikes to deter these terrorists from taking action. Now, I don't support U.S. boots on the ground in Iran or pretty much anywhere else in the Middle East these days, but I can agree with him that we need to strike at the IRGC. Ultimately, these are Iranians who are funding, training, equipping the Houthis. And until they see costs at home, they're going to continue their actions. Right now, this is just sort of some ragtag rebel groups who are taking the brunt for Iran and doing their dirty work. So we should deny that deniability and say, hey, this is on Iran's feet here.
Well, they don't look that ragtag. You know what I mean? The helicopters and the... Amir, we're running out of time. Final thoughts.
As former CIA director James Woolsey said, the Iranian IRGC, let's call it Islamic Republic of Iran's IRGC, they are the only terrorist organization in the world who have the air force, who have the all type of armies. And they are using all of it to create the terrorist organizations. Every single month, you see another new terrorist organization is coming up. Just target IRGC inside Iran, and it's some walls around Supreme Leader, Iranian Supreme Leader's wall, Iranian Supreme Leader's palace. Just target those walls, and then let's see what will happen. The people will take care of the situation, change the regime, and we don't need any single American troops on the ground at all.
All right. If anybody can botch that, it's the Biden administration. I'm not sure about, but intriguing. Amir, thank you. Gabrielle, thank you. To be continued. We'll be right back.